Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 12, Week 5. This is the last set for this week, and then we're done.
It is.
And then all we have to do is we have to do 2 different Magician tournaments dates, and then we do Sunday. So our week is basically over if you look at things in a very roundabout and untrue way.
Yeah, that's true.
10 seconds remaining.
We're gonna panic at the Rosh pit taking on Radiant Straits.
5 seconds
Indeed.
remaining. Back.
Panic at the Rosh pit been really climbing the last couple of weeks. Really trying to establish themselves as a full top-level team. Already very strong contender, but they really clearly just want to be number one. Radiant Straits, on the other hand, has been having some issues in the last couple of weeks. And by that, I mean the last week and this week, because they have a stand-in over the, over perhaps one of their more important key players in Princess. It's very unfortunate. You know, I was going to talk about this on the pre-show panel, but since that's probably not happening, I'll just spoil it now. I think people are looking too much into Radiant Straits getting clocked last week. As far as like, last week. So I was like, oh my god, this is a big goddamn deal, end of the world moment for them, but it's like...
10 seconds remaining. Radiant
Yeah, it's like riding off a car because you saw one with a spare tire, just chugging down the highway. You know what I mean? Nothing against this guy, I'm sure he's a decent backup. That's just not who you came into the dance with, though. And when I say spare tire, I mean like a spare tractor tire, because it doesn't really seem to fit that well with the team ethos. Either way, so far, no surprises. Well, maybe we do have a surprise here. Darkseer on the Radiant Straits.
Wow. It's always a fun hero.
I believe this is the second time this tournament we're going to be taking a look at him. Oh, third time, actually. We had him on Rosh earlier this week. Rosh Riders.
Yep.
That's absolutely not what I expected.
I didn't expect
Panic.
the lowest one right here in the game either.
Yep. Panic picking up Spectre.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, that's a flex if you can win with the statistically worst hero in Dota, so...
Not only the statistically worst hero in Dota, but has to be statistically one of the worst to pick very early, and yet here we are.
Yep.
I think a lot of the reason you see Spectre at such a low win rate, I feel like people are a little sort of
10 seconds remaining.
they're a little, I don't know, stagnant with the builds on
5
Spectre.
seconds remaining.
I feel like Spectre as a hero, a lot of people like to try and build as like with the,
Dire
you know,
team
oh, you got to build around the shard, or you got to build around this item or that item, or what have you. Build very inflexibly with Spectre, and tend to do like one build every time they play Spectre for their whole lives, right?
Yep.
But I don't think that's a very good thing for Spectre. I don't think that's very good for Spectre. I think Spectre is one of the pause ones that really gets the most out of flexibility, I think.
5 seconds remaining.
Gets the absolute most out of being able to do whatever the hell
Radiant team
she
back.
wants to be able to do within a game. Sometimes you're going to need to fight early as Spectre, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're going to be needing to rush the hell of a BKB, sometimes you're not going to need one at all. Probably going to need one this game, I can tell you that much.
Dire team pick.
Or we'll just do Eggs Orchid, you know, classic.
Right. With a Lion, unless you want to drop the Orchid on Lion every fight, though you're probably going to go for BKB.
10 seconds remaining.
In addition to Orchid, if nothing else.
5 seconds remaining.
You know, if the old Bloodthorn was still around, the Ags Orchid combo for Spectre would be absolutely insane.
That's true.
Not like new Bloodthorn is anything to sneeze at, though. It has lost a little of its punch, I would say.
Yeah, because you don't passively crit with it anymore, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got a Vern up on the Radiant
Alright.
Straits.
10 seconds remaining.
Works really well with Darkseer because he doesn't really particularly care
5
if he's
seconds
doing
remaining.
a lot of damage in a fight. Initially, he
You
likes
can
to do
also
long
back
term.
and pick one
Right.
To, Winner's Curse.
He cares about your positioning far more than whether he can hit you or not. So Winter Wyvern goes really well with him. And Vacuum not only works well for Winter's Curse earlier in the game, it also works well for Splinter Blast as well.
Yep.
Radiant team pick.
Alright, Willow.
Willow there, because this combination of heroes has a lot of disengage, and I think they want to put a stop to that.
Yep. And Spectre plus Willow is just a guaranteed
10
way to kill
seconds
someone.
remaining.
Also have Kite a lot of chase
5
as well.
seconds
That also
remaining.
helps to put a stop to that. Good pick here.
Dire team pick.
Alright.
Void Spirit. 3 heroes so far that are entirely cast dependent. Void Spirit is really going to put a damper on them. Darkseer doesn't like to see him. Wyvern doesn't really like to see him.
5 seconds remaining.
Certainly not a bad pick. Can easily take advantage of or help set up scenarios. Panic at the Rosh Pit here doesn't really have a defined initiator. They just kind of have like any combination of 2 of 3 of these people can really initiate as much as they want, and
Yeah.
Spectre can always just kind of come in. Very interesting setup.
Radiant team ban.
Oh, this is your favorite.
Got my absolute favorite in the whole game, Pause 2 Dragon Knight. Here we go, baby.
So that means we need a 3 and a 1.
10
Are you assuming
seconds remaining.
Darkseer is 4 here? Oh wait, no. You mean
No, yeah.
somehow I thought you were implying that Radiant Straits got 6 picks, and I was going along
No.
with it for some reason.
No.
Dire team ban.
I believe Vex is going to be present in this game. Presumably for Panic, because I know
Radiant
Banana Stand
team
is out.
ban.
It's always fun.
I don't see Ladda Lads there either, though. Ladda Lads is a 3 for Radiant Straits, right? I'm not crazy.
10 seconds
Don't
remaining.
ask me, dude. It's been weeks.
5
Quick,
seconds
go to
remaining.
ld2l.gg if you want to sign up. Well, it's too
I'll
late to
sign
join
up.
the tournament, but you can always be a stand-in and check out, make sure I'm not
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Let me sign up real quick.
Radiant team
No,
ban.
Panic doesn't seem to have a stand-in, I don't think.
Oh, Panic? Yeah, they have a stand.
Oh,
We
Straits.
know he's not here. We already
Yeah,
know he's
okay.
not here.
Panic. I meant Straits. A lot of lads is on Straits, yeah.
A lot of lads is on Straits, okay. I mean, we know the mid's gone.
10 seconds remaining.
A lot of lads is there, he just renamed himself something weird. Got it.
5
That's true.
seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Night Stalker.
Wow.
If this is Vex and he's renamed himself something weird, absolutely no surprise there.
Yep.
Again, another good sign. It's going to make it very difficult for a lot of these people to do much in fights.
seconds remaining.
Alright, what are we gonna get?
Not only is Dragonite going to have to get BKB, he's going to have to get BKB like first item, and that's not exactly something anybody wants to do. It's going to squander more or less, as a result, any sort of momentum he's able to carry off from mid and just make him another sort of glorified Pause 3 Dragon Knight, unfortunately for him. Because if he doesn't, he's just going to be silenced through every team fight, and
Yep.
as they always say, what's big, scary, and does no damage, Dragon Knight's silenced. He has a hard enough time doing damage when he's not silenced, for God's sake. Here we got the Bloodseeker.
Back to the Lambert Bloodseeker.
Yep. Lambert is on Team Princess.
Yeah.
Pouring one out for his homie Wayne here.
As Vex.
That's a 4... It's a 4 Seer. Or at least that's a traditional 4 on Seer.
Vex, of course, one of the most feared stand-ins in this league right now.
Oh, jeez. Traditionally on, Hey, wait a minute. That ain't Ladle Lads. We got 2 stand-ins for Radiant Straits here, I think.
Wow.
That's
That's unfortunate.
Certainly not ideal.
Yeah. But Seer probably is 3 then.
Very interesting. All right, Cranberry Sprite. I know you're active in the Discord server, so you know you're going to be getting my fury if you end up sucking. I know Vex has been asking to see this match as well, so there you go, Vex.
Wow, shoutouts to Vex.
Presumably, he does well this match. He better. Team-based all-around team coordination with 2 of their guys gone. This is going to be a very severe handicap for Radiant Straits this week, I think, unfortunately for them. To the point where, again, you know, like I was saying, whether this goes well or not, so there is that caveat as well. If they do really great, it also doesn't mean much. However this goes, I don't think you can really use this as a serious yardstick for Radiant Straits to any significant degree. Because they're down 2 guys. They're down. Not only are they down 2 guys, you know, Princess really almost one of the 2 building blocks of the whole lineup, really.
Yep.
Prepare for battle.
Boss apparently had some connection issues earlier there. All right, so time for the calls. Let's do them. Let's do them weird. All right. For the Panic at the Rosh Pit, Pause 1. Kai, also known as not Neatic. I've been reading his name wrong this whole time, but without seeing it in front of me. It's like Natick or something. Without seeing it in front of me, I don't know. Pause 1 for Radiant Straits, Lambert on the Bloodseeker, sponsored by Adam and Eve.
Okay.
Oh man, a lot of
some old sponsors.
A lot of big money sponsors here.
30
Finds it kind of
seconds
funny.
to battle.
Must have known I was just looking at him. Weird coincidence. Pause 2 for Panic at the Rosh Pit. It is Trash Boat on the Void Spirit. Pause 2 for Panic at the Rosh Pit. That is Panic at the Rosh Pit. Pause 2 for Radiant Straits. Standing in for Princess is Ajur.
I've seen him before.
Our
He's
year.
the Shrek.
Yep. Pause 3 for Panic at the Rosh Pit. Standing in for the Banana Stand is Vex. Sponsored by, I'm not saying that, on Darkseer. Pause 3 on Radiant Straits. Standing in for nobody, but kind of standing in a certain light. Cranberry Sprite playing Pause 3 rather than 4 on the Darkseer. Pause 4 on Panic. We've got Boss, captain of the team, on Dark Willow. We've got Pause 4 Magician, captain of his team, usually the 5, on Radiant Straits. Finally. last but not least, as far as our 5s go, we've got Comrade Chris, Panic at the Rosh Pit on Warlock. And on Radiant Straits, we've got Justin Fields, perfect, deep ball on Lion.
Wow. Alright, should be a fun one.
Who is standing in for Ladalad, so they've rotated the positions. He's not playing Ladalad. It's traditional 3.
He could have stood in for this game. Could have been the 3.
Yeah. See, if I was standing in, it would have been like if I was standing in, it would have been like 1,000,000-0 for whoever it was.
Yeah.
And I would also, I don't know. I would also win the LD2L Lifetime Achievement Award in one match.
You get picked Race King pause 3 in both games.
Don't say things like that.
And then never talk to the captain again.
Exactly, yeah. Slow start to lane phase. No conflict around the runes, nor much in the lane so far, outside of the 4s and the 5s beating each other up, basically.
Not a surprise, 2 rather more careful teams.
Yep. Darkseer is going to be making the farm life hard for Spectre. She's going to be adding sort of health toll to anything she does here.
Yep.
He's going to be pushing the late equilibrium a lot, but he doesn't really necessarily care that much about it. Warlock actually almost went down there as well.
Yeah, and he's sided with Thirst right now. Okay,
Yep.
no, he solved.
No, he saved. If he had, Darkseer had another level there at a very opportune time, that probably could have been First Blood, though, decent chance he would have died for it. Speaking of almost First Blood, Trash Boat almost just got right-clicked right over by the Dragon Knight here. It's likely going to start out sort of, on top here, but as the levels start to come in, it's definitely going to shift to Void Spirit's favor. Dragon Knight with all his armor does not do great against casters, and Void Spirit is nothing if not Caster McGee.
Yeah.
Any spirit, really. Likely the plan for him, and I would not oppose it, would be to just kind of ignore Void Spirit best you could, past a certain point, and just focus as much as possible on just getting rid of other lanes, just going off gank in other places.
Yeah.
Darkseer mulching down these lanes while Magician does a good job trying to make sure as much as possible that Spectre is not even allowed to get an XP range of these things.
Yeah.
Oh, this is some funny business right here. Oh, the
yeah,
Blood
it is.
Right barely misses. Actually does not have any levels of Blood Rage yet.
Yeah, you don't typically get him in lane.
Yep. Oh, we got Kai's Courier. Not only got Kai's Courier, got Kai's Courier with stuff on it to boot.
Oh boy.
Though it seems Kai's Courier will be swiftly
Oh, no.
avenged. Fatal Bonds. I was actually trying to get the kill through the Fatal Bonds there, though. No such
Yeah.
luck.
Sad.
So I'm coming on to just wipe that out.
Yep.
I got the Courier for really no downside. Very fortunate turn of events for the old Seer here. Very fortunate turn of events for Radiant Straits in general there. Just the
Yeah.
sort of play they really wanted to see.
Okay.
Lambert has to be tired of playing against Vex by now, right? Like,
Yeah, surely.
this has to have been, if you count scrims, this has to have been like the 4th or 5th time this matchup has occurred, right?
Right, yeah.
I know Radiant Straits, notably, a little bit lighter on the scrims than most teams.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of scrims, who listening to this wants to hear a free preview of who we're casting tomorrow night?
Yeah, let's hear it.
We are casting 2 teams. I don't remember what the hell their names are. I know one is like Devirez Unleashed or something. The captain is not Devirez, though. It's actually a matchup of team captain by Gotham versus a team captain by Durforgan.
Wow.
So that's going to be it's going to be nothing but fun, I think. Going to be nothing but fond memories coming out of that game for both sides. I
Yeah,
think.
for sure.
Good sportsmanship, good conduct, lots of smiles.
Oh,
you know.
yeah. You know, the least controversial people in the entire league.
Ah, yeah.
Agents of the Void.
Lion picking a fight with Night Stalker, even though it is Night Stalker o'clock.
Yep. Oh
Himself
boy.
getting rather hassled here. But he's going to
Okay,
take
good
some tower for his troubles. Just again, barely missing with that adult blood right, man. Very annoying.
Yeah, you always hate to see it. I feel for you, Lambert.
You really feel that much for him, be honest.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Yeah, I think I said this, but I haven't said this on stream yet. There's a week we did not do the game for Radiant Straits. It was Radiant Straits versus GG's, and there was some issues with it.
Yeah.
The first match of it, in fact, even though the first match took place, the replay doesn't work.
Yeah, just got erased from history.
Completely erased from history. And after the week was over, I got a message from Lambert. I was like, "Oh man, I got like a radiance at 8 minutes or something crazy like that.
Oh, wow.
Now nobody's gonna get to see it. It's messed up."
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Poor Lambert, dude. This lane is going to have an annoying amount of HP regen. From the healing to the base amount they have. It's going to basically mean that Darkseer is more or less going to have all the mana he's ever going to need. As long as Soul Rings up, he's got mana.
Gonna super rush into eggs here.
That's surprising. Crashboat getting a little hassled, though. This could turn around very quickly. Boss showing up. Dark Willow showing up to turn the Dragon Knight around in mid. He's actually getting pretty low.
Yeah, he got snipped by that bramble. Wouldn't have been nearly as dangerous if he didn't.
And with that, Void Spirit actually lives to fight another day, though he's going to need to take the Walk of Shame home. Could come get this, but I don't think he assumes this is here.
And he's also thirsted, so...
Yep. Well, not anymore. Thirst is worn off on him. You can always see if you're thirsted, you know.
Yes.
If you're thirsted, I recommend you leave that girl's Instagram. She's probably not going to go out with you anyway.
Yeah. Thank you, Willow. I'm glad you
I
enjoyed the
promise.
test.
I promise. I didn't mean to time it like that. That's finally first blood. Cranberry Sprite getting mowed over by Trash Boat.
Oh yeah. Trash Boat takes out his anger.
Oh no, actually Spectre officially got the kill.
Yep.
Good. That's very good for the Panic of the Rosh pit. One of the most important heroes he could possibly have to be getting first blood like that.
Buying Echo Saber first, I think. I think that's an Echo Saber. So yeah, we're gonna see the eggs working.
Yep.
It's that unique little interaction where Spectre buys Echo Saber to disassemble it for those items. No other hero in the game really does that.
Looks like Magician. The barely
Oh, that's bad.
9 HP. I think that's genuinely 2 low rolls. Like if either of those two had rolled higher, that would have been a career kill. How did that not stun him exactly? Was that just the most unfortunate thing in the world there?
Not sure.
Some random creep ended up being in the pixel perfect position.
Yeah, I think that's probably what happened.
Oh, getting very hassled by a stacked small camp up here. Actually, the first wall of the game doesn't seem to have caught anybody. We have the first Spectre ult as well. This definitely
boy.
caught somebody. 3 people down here bot. Darkseer, Lion, and well, there goes Lion. Not 3 people
Pixels
anymore.
eat him.
Darkseer just getting the hell out of here. With him following. The Darkseer still in the firing zone. Actually ends up going down. Dragonite TP's in, but just does not quite get there in time.
That
Can do
is
nothing but
rather
watch.
scary.
Path leads to riches.
The good news is Void Spirit's path leads to riches.
I'll take that.
Bounty runes being swept up all over the place, both sides.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Very, very straight up sort of last hit chart here. Most
Yeah.
people about at the same level except for the 2 offlaners. Net worth, though, tells a bit of a different story.
Radiant's top tower is under
Let's
attack.
Seeker in front there, despite his last hits, just from getting that early Midas. With Spectre, though, with that first blood, not too far behind. Can't believe he's sponsored by Riot Games. See the other guys.
Yeah, it's true.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I like how Lambert put a Midas into his TV slot. It really describes his playstyle very well.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I like the
Okay.
vacuum there. I mean, it accomplished very little, unfortunately, but still fun
Yeah.
at least. And Comrade Chris comes in to take the heat off, and
Dire's middle
just kind
tower
of walks.
is under attack.
And I accidentally tilt the camera up to the fountain. But a bit of fun here at top.
Haste.
Night Stalker in a bit of a bad way.
Oh boy,
Though,
the fear though.
the Fear Bomb is doing quite a lot. You just can't afford to try and TP out with Lion just sitting there staring at him, though, and down he goes. Winner's Curse on just the Willow alone with the Void Spirit, though that almost gets the
Oh.
kill anyway, but not quite. Both of them go down.
Anywhere you can.
Both Night Stalker and Wyvern go down. Lion actually sticks at pretty low HP, and as a result, Void Spirit's able to go under, to a degree, just knock him out. Though Willow's retreat did not go quite as successfully as perhaps she wanted to. Meanwhile, somewhere completely different, Cranberry Sprite going down.
Multicam.
Yeah. Very hectic game here. I think Panic at the Rosh Pit so far taking good sort of good use out of the sort of more disorganized state
Dire's
that
bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant Strait is naturally just going to be in, just from the just natural state of things.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Very unfortunate for them. It's really, no matter what, there's going to be some sort of basic sort of breakdown with Radiant Straits this
Yeah.
game, just because, you know, the way the team is set up. Though it hasn't been, to their credit, it hasn't been as bad as it, nearly as bad as it could have been.
Dire's
Even though they're
top
missing
tower
one of
is
their
under attack.
main keynote players here. They are still
Radiant's bottom
roughly
tower is
equivalent
under
as far
attack.
as net worth goes, just slightly in their favor, actually. Though I'll be a little surprised the XP charts went the same way. No, the XP charts actually showing that as well. A little
Oh
surprising.
boy,
Got
here
a
we go.
big nighttime and ooh, the
Good
ult out.
curse.
Good curse. We got the Bloodseeker ult out on Void Spirit.
Get the
Basically
buns.
just goes down
Oh.
instantly. Good curse keeps Lunar Wyvern alive for at least a little bit longer. Gives Vex the room to
Radiant's courier
at
has been
least
killed.
make a retreat here, an organized sort of retreat.
He's rather surrounded.
Radiant's bottom tower
Uh-oh, that was a bad
Oh,
time
boy.
for Night End.
Oh yeah.
And down he
Oh.
goes, fingered to death. Though
That
Lambert
wants Lambert.
likely about to follow him, getting buried by Kai, who once told me that
Oh no.
carries should not take part in
Radiant's
fights
bottom
before they get
tower is
BKB.
under attack.
Just remember that.
Yeah, that's true.
Lambert barely getting out of here.
Spectre doesn't buy BKB, so it's fine.
True. Lion shows back up, dies again. Trash boat actually here for the save.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That Hoyt. That was a hell of a brawl there.
Oh yeah,
The interesting thing is, even though
Things have really opened up in the last few minutes.
even though the eye test shows that looked like it should have been a victory for Radiant Straight, it actually ended up going better for the Dire there just because they didn't end up getting quite the targets they wanted. Though this could certainly change in no time flat.
Radiant Straits is Dire, by the way, of course.
Of course, they're going to be Dire every game. I don't think they've been Radiant once in this tournament so far. If they have, it's the game that we didn't see.
Is under attack.
Yeah, of course.
And ultimately, they lose both their T1, though not the first tower in the game. That was, of course, this one. Both their T1 and Dragon Knights. That turned into not good. Ultimately, a loss, I think. A wash for the Radiant Straits. And I think
I'll
that...
point out the Bloodborne Rush on DK, actually. It's rather interesting.
Yeah, somewhat of a unorthodox pick. I'll say I do feel like maybe there's a degree that's where you see sort of the comm line issues coming in there. You know, Dragon Knight going in, expecting to continue the defense around the tower when everyone else is just kind of over it.
Yeah.
Spectre here, very bad position. Ruptured
boy.
and with the wall clone and with nowhere to go. Besides death.
She's gonna get run down. Oh, speaking of run down.
Yep, Dragon Knight getting just as hassled as they can possibly
sick
be.
stun.
Very good stun, but doesn't quite.
Oh
Oh,
my-
maybe it does. The curse. Such a good curse. And here comes Lambert. Here to just straight clean up. Warlock drops the golem to try and get everyone to turn around.
Crazy curse, actually.
Yeah. No one's gonna stop to eat the golem here. And down it goes, Master. They still seeing the Night Stalker here. I don't think he's thirsty. He's certainly not now. He'll certainly want him. Uh-oh, here comes Void Spirit.
Oh yeah.
Void Spirit with that DD. Nobody really seems to want a piece of that, but well, maybe a little. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? These questions take a lot longer when you're split like this. Standin says, go in, and his buddy says, hell yeah. And they get it done. And then Dragon Knight gets tipped.
Alright.
Okay.
Just what I've been waiting for.
He's tipping his friend.
Yeah. His buddy,
Yeah.
That man is in possession of far too many Vels. He's over the legal limit.
Yeah, it's true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This man is to Vels in general as Kyrgyzstan is to the sometimes Y rule.
Yeah, that's true.
Far excess. Magician sponsored by his own tournaments. I bet he had to make a lot of calls to get that one.
Money changes hands.
You know,
Radiant's bottom
I'm gonna say it at some point, so I'll just say it now. It just makes me think of the time that guy who's in jail now had his little doll he got from Adam and Eve just hanging out in the background of some of his videos for like no reason.
Wow. Yeah. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's true, you're out of internet culture, as they say. Internet pop culture. Now we're still favoring Radiant Straits a little bit here.
Yeah.
Lambert alone is taking up a very large chunk of the gold share, almost 2k up over Kai over on the
is under attack.
Panic at the Rosh pit.
I think DK's dropping the Bloodthorn and getting BKB instead.
Yep.
Unless he has it on courier or something.
Yeah, but he's just rolling right for it. Oh, Magician just ended up getting
He's
popped
got
up here.
solo ulted by Spectre.
He got solo ulted by Night Stalker, more aptly. Speaking of soloed, Void Spirit just solos Lion, just completely squashes him.
Radiant
By
structures
solo ulted by
are
Spectre, I
fortified.
mean the shard.
Yeah.
Or the Ags, actually, not the Shard.
If that Ags is up.
Yep.
Dire's
People
middle
still
tower
building it
is under
pretty
attack.
consistently, even after the explicit nerf.
Yep.
You're the doctor of Dota, right? Why do you think that is? What is this that that appeals to people so much, you think?
I don't have an answer for that.
Damn.
I mean, it's a pretty easy kill, so, you know, boost your KDA and
Yeah.
all.
Boost
And
your
you
KDA.
can just farm off the supports, I suppose, which is
Right.
nice for Spectre. I think the better question is why they nerfed the lowest win rate here in the entire game. Who got picked 0 times at TI.
Not true, only one hero got picked 0
Yeah, that's
times at TI.
Effectively 0. It's so close to 0, might as well be.
I don't think the whole strat was really that well known by the time TI was down.
Yeah.
Code remains.
Probably
Not
not.
strat, but
Like
the
just becoming
implication.
popular in high level pubs, and TI players aren't necessarily aware of high level pubs. They're kind of
right.
in their own world up there.
Dire's middle tower.
Got a smoke coming in. All they find is the Warlock, though.
Yeah, and they'll eat
Oh,
'em.
also here, but what's she gonna do? Warlock just completely wiped out the face of the earth. We got a little bit of rat action going. Void Spirit, Night Stalker, splitting up the top tower, making the Dire split up. The Dire who are Radiant Straits, of course. So they are going, though. Night Stalker is going to get ruptured for his trouble and then killed, ultimately when
Yep.
Lion swoops in for the save.
Oh boy, Lambert's getting scary. Okay, good
Let's
run.
get back. Get back. Void Spirit tried to get a little epic with his dodging, but not quite epic enough, and just goes down.
Yep.
Bloodseeker Lion, basically, with the Darkseer, just gets 2. And while on the other hand, Dark Willow just completely eating it to the combination of dragons here at mid.
Yeah, just gets run down. Hello, we'll get.
Very casual Spectre ult. Not really sure for what.
Yeah, that was a real hunt too. Not even.
Yeah, I
an
figure
axe.
probably assuming Wyvern lower than actually she was.
Did
Lion
kill
gonna get
Lion
caught
for
off.
it,
Yeah.
so, there you
Gonna
go.
get Cut off.
Oh, Lambert. Ooh, cut the tree. Okay.
Cut the tree, but
that.
Dire
did not see anyway. That Spectre went north. No, she's just faster than you
Dire's
assume.
middle tower
I
is under
noticed your cool little play, even if it didn't
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
pay off.
Yeah. Gave up the ghost just a little too early. See, it's a lesson in perseverance. A lesson in
Oh boy.
not being here alone if you're Darkseer. I mean, hey, I guess in fairness, he wasn't alone, but it's not like Dragon Knight really sustains anybody but himself. And down he goes.
Indeed.
Well, Void Spirit Dad's walked a little far to get it done, and with that that stun, man, he's just going down. That Brigand's Blade, I think, is coming into more effect than it looks like it should. You know, Bloodseeker's
Oh, yeah.
fast attack speed with both his, not his Thirst, but his Blood Rage, and his Brigand's Blade, and his Maelstrom, just on top of that, just to add a little
That's
bit
an
more
obvious
damage every
combo
time
with
he...
this, you know, if you're thirsted, then that means someone is low, which means you do more damage to them if you have Brigand's Blade.
Yep. Makes Thirst a very self-fulfilling prophecy. Very good get for the guy. You know, maybe you should replace that Midas in his quick play. He has no TPs.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. He can just run anywhere he wants.
8-0 right now, by the way. For those of you
Oh,
not
yeah, he
keeping
is.
track at home. Going
Well,
for
Spectre's also looking a little scary.
right for Scott. Yep. Spectre 7-1, not doing much better, or not worse rather. Not doing much worse. Still down for the net worth, but is the same level.
Quicksilver. Gonna put that right in her slot there.
Yeah, not a bad thing for Spectre to have. That ult uptime isn't super, and you're usually going to start a fight with it, so Quicksilver really nothing but upside for you as Spectre.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Darkseer.
Oh boy.
Oh, the jump on Darkseer immediately just gets turned around.
Yep.
That's the real hunt.
Yeah, it is.
Comes in for a lion there. Dragon Knight, as perhaps was predicted, just unable to do anything here. He's just so screwed up.
Yeah.
He is getting, he does have the BKB. It's turning it around on the Spectre a little, but she is able to just kind of walk away. In fact, everybody is just kind of able to walk away right now. Though, not Willow. Willow is just going to get completely eaten by the Bloodseeker.
Brother
We're now going to turn around and just do Rosh. If they're not going to fight us, we'll fight him.
Yep.
Thirst, man, he's just so consistently as far up as possible on Thirst.
Yeah.
Night Stalker looks like, is he trying to steal here?
Oh,
Spectre
no.
is. Spectre buys back
Good
to try
winner,
and steal, but it fails!
Oh, Magician.
Spectre died back for nothing, baby!
Magician, you
Good
genius.
job, Magician. Winter Wyvern dies for it, but man, oh man, what a
That
what a
curse is
shot there.
beyond sick.
Aegis is
Actually-
gone, but
Such a quick reaction speed there.
and that's going to be quite a disaster for Spectre.
Radiant's top
He's paid
tower
basically all the cash on hand and has to sit out for
Radiant's
quite a long
structures are
time
fortified.
over a failed attempt to steal. It definitely makes sense why. Don't get me wrong, but wow, that sucks for them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That
It
really
would
sucks
work-
to be
It
panicked.
would have worked too if that curse wasn't.
Well, at the very
literally-
least, it would have had a decent enough chance to work. And Lambert just completely eats Willow.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute, Spectre didn't buy. Who did
Radiant's
then?
top tower has fallen.
I'm not sure.
Willow. Okay, so that was Willow's die back
Yeah.
then. Never mind.
Okay. So there you go.
The crisis wasn't as nearly as bad as it looked. It was still pretty bad though. Spectre just took a casual death for nothing. Though it's now going to get a very casual kill on Lion at least.
Yeah. Just eat the lion alive.
Yep. Anytime it seems
Uh-oh.
like anytime Lion's in vision, he's just
This
dead.
might be trouble.
Got BKB on this Bloodseeker here, but man, he's
Oh,
still
dear.
dying real fast. It's a lot of HP
Got a lot of
from,
gold on his head.
and yep, goes down to
Oh,
Spectre.
no.
Goes right down to Spectre as Dragon Knight just kind of helplessly watches. Hey Randy, got a question for you. Why don't I like Pause 2 Dragon Knight again?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Oh, that was just a great display of it. Just completely. Why doesn't he want any jungle items? He has nothing.
I wouldn't want a psychic headband either.
Yeah, I mean, it's a psychic headband, but like, nothing? None of this?
Yes, none of this stuff. He doesn't want it.
Okay. If you insist, I guess. You're telling me you don't want a dragon scale? It's thematically appropriate, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Just waiting for his tier 3 item, I guess. Or he's taken a solemn vow to not participate in neutral items until they're removed.
Yeah.
NS ulti.
Night Stalker probably just on the lookout for people for Spectre to just jump on, and yep,
Oh, yeah.
immediately the second line is seen. They immediately just
super
go in
good,
on him,
actually.
but
That is such a good way to utilize Spectre ult and the Fear
Yeah.
Bomb too.
yeah, the funny thing is that would have probably backfired really badly if it wasn't for that well-timed Fear Bomb. Spectre was jumping into a lot of pain there, but
Radiant's middle tower is under
the
attack.
Fear Bomb just completely nullified all the potential problems I could have caused. Very well done on Boss's part. Bloodseeker just casually eating up some stacks here.
Yep.
Not happy with how things are progressing. Let's find a Paladin Sword, which is a very good thing for him to have. Finds Elven Cloak as well. Elven Tunic, rather, and he's going to keep with that.
We'll put that on.
And Dragon Knight did take something, the spider legs of all things. I mean, he does have crippling mobility issues, but that almost feels like the least of his
Oh
problems.
boy.
Bloodseeker
no.
ruptured an illusion.
Did they not? I guess they didn't see the disengage. All right.
I do not understand. Would have been a very
hard
good.
to see that sometimes.
Would have been a very good counter there, had it actually gone down the way they thought in their head. Dragon Knight just going to get Oh, Dragon Knight actually going to try and turn it around here, though.
Oh no. Yeah.
I cannot say in good faith. Yep, it's going to work out very well for him, so he just decides to get the hell out of there. Poor Dragon Knight, it feels like all he's doing in these fights is going in, getting his ass kicked, and then just TPing out.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This BKB is already down to 6 seconds, and it just crossed the 30-minute mark.
That's rather tragic.
I can't say in good faith he's really had a
Dire's
great
top
use for
tower
it yet.
is under attack.
Gonna have a little T2 for T2 trade here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
Gonna get an offensive glyph from the Dire, followed by a well, offensive and defensive glyph from the Dire, followed by an offensive and defensive glyph from the Radiant.
Yep.
And the winner is the Dire.
Radiant's bottom tower
Not much of a surprise there, especially when Spectre did split off to.
Oh boy.
Spectre actually silenced there, but I don't think anybody
Doesn't
saw
matter.
that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower
Spectre's
is
somewhere
under
right
attack.
now. Oh, going in for Wyvern here. As again, Dragon Knight just watches, can't do anything more basically.
What a dumb ability. I'm glad that got nerfed.
Dire's top tower is under
Got
attack.
some retribution coming in though in the form of the Bloodseeker. Lion going down in a separate fight across the map. This is looking bad for the Spectre. But here
yeah,
comes
it is.
another Fear Bomb, baby! Not
Seer
quite enough
dodged it.
though. Seer barely dodging it. Big Dark Seer wall. But man, it's really nothing when he's the only guy here. Where is Dragon Knight? He's leaving, baby! He wants nothing to do with this! And as a result, even through a pretty brilliant sequence of events, Darkseer is rewarded for it by death. Well, Dragon Knight once again just has to watch and TP out. This is not a great display. If you're the #1 Dragon Knight fan and you always grind your teeth whenever I groan seeing it pause 2 Dragon Knight, it's this, man. This is what I'm talking about. If you're not doing really good, it just feels like he just can't seem to get much done. Try and beat up the.
He wants Crash Boat.
Yeah.
gonna
Everybody
find
else is kind of trying to beat up
Oh,
the
the
Night
mules?
Stalker there.
It's
Do end up getting Void Spirit.
Oh, this is Magician's Eels, I think. If he has one.
Yep. He doesn't have a Yule Scepter!
It's how did he get the kill, man? It's rather odd. Maybe his Arctic Burn
I think
still.
it was it's either Arctic Burn or just like a first full
Eels
frame
doesn't
of
perk
a.
that?
Guess not.
It's really weird, okay.
Cannot be
whatever.
dispelled. It is unpurgeable.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That might be talking about the actual
But
buff.
yeah, you
like,
get
but
dispel
I'm
Arctic
not
Burn
sure.
off of Wyvern.
Right.
Who knows? He died somehow to Wyvern.
And that's the
what I'm
important
leading
part.
us to. Yeah.
Definitely a good moment there for the Dire. Getting some VIPs there. Not the VIP of all VIPs, but of course Spectre just gonna
no.
very casually get another kill here. Actually does not even stick around long enough to see it happen herself. Just gets him with the illusions and leaves. If I'm lying, oh, I really like this stupid spray. If I'm lying, the second I get this Aether Lens, I'm gonna start begging and bleeding for a little bit of money to my name so I can just pick up an Aeon disc.
Yeah.
Really necessary for him right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Or
attack.
Ghost Scepter.
Or Ghost Scepter, yeah. Either way. And I just having a little bit of a spat with the Night Stalker here.
Might
Does
be
not
what he
win!
wants.
Does not win.
Yeah, you actually... One of the biggest benefits for a Spectre, actually, I'm gonna hold that thought.
Yeah, as Spectre's chasing down the Wyvern here over the trees. Another big panic bomb. We have a pretty good winner's curse here as everyone's beating the crap out of Void Spirit. Almost just dies at that alone. But old Darks here had a pretty decent wall. Ends up falling pretty quickly. This is starting to look kind of hairy for the Radiant Straits.
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel like Radiant is not the team their Straits are in right now, to be honest with you.
So one of the biggest benefits of having a Spectre is that you can't really have your supports get picked off by anyone. Like if you have,
Right.
say, DK, for instance, looking at a support and he goes in 1v1 and Spectre can just come in and just eat him alive.
What?
Alright,
What's this
boys.
nonsense? Trying to like bait a theft?
Maybe. Bait Spectre.
Bait Spectre, she's on their
not Bait
team!
Spectre. Yeah, bait Bloodseeker. Sorry.
The ultimate ruse!
Yeah, the
We're going
ultimate
to bait our
of your
own pause
team.
one!
I don't know, dude. I was trying to come up with a reason that made sense in my mind, and that was the only one, but it didn't make sense because it's their team.
I think they just assumed Spectre was going to pick it up. Spectre just says, I don't want that crap.
Okay, that makes sense.
Spectre just take the shard?
Twins.
No? Who did?
Dire's
goes low?
middle tower is under attack.
Maybe.
That was who
It
was
was
nearest.
someone.
Hey, Bounty! So again, put off the Bloodthorn. Now he's got his Silver Edge. At least now he's finally going for it. He's had the Silver Edge for a while.
Yeah.
Silver Edge is very good against Spectre. The problem is that Dragon Knight's not being able to use it on Spectre so far, basically ever.
Right. Because Spectre's very evasive.
Right. Only really ever taking fights, so it's like a very assured thing. Though,
Hmm.
this could be
Good
bad
God.
for her here.
She's gonna get
She gets
silenced.
silenced, yep. She does haunt, but she is too quiet to be able to do anything here. Just going to casually go down. Goodbye,
Oh,
Kai.
yeah.
Very good pick
That was
there.
a very good. That was a good get. Yeah.
And the Night Stalker coming in from the back line, but he's going through the wall over and over. Fear Bomb out there, but the immediate response from Wolverine is nothing really comes out of it. Void Spirit goes down. That's the Aegis for him. Everybody's kind of turning around looking at him. Nobody can really decide who they want to go for. A couple of people falling Bloodseeker, a couple of people trying to go for Void Spirit a second time, a couple going for Night Stalker. When you chase two rabbits, you'll still get them both.
Are under attack.
And by the way,
You're in Rex, by the way. Yeah. Comrade Chris.
Has fallen.
Pulling a little bit of a sneak.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I'm going to try and go and get a Rex in response, though.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Likely going to end up forcing buyback here. Yep, Spectre is back. Immediately coming in. Just going back and forth, trying to get him with some confusion foo. He's going to take out the Darks here. Very short order. Somebody is ruptured, but doesn't care. I think it is Spectre.
Yeah, it's Spectre. Oh boy.
Radiant Straight just straight up turned around there as Warlock's Golem finishes off the Rax.
Dire's middle
Yep.
tower is under attack.
Well, that's bad. At least they got a leveler for it. What is that like? It looked like a tiny little timber saw.
No, we will never know.
Yeah. I mean, we could look the next match, but you know.
That's true. I'm sure we'll remember.
Yeah. Lambert did finish his satanic there. And what a perfect
Oh,
time
boy.
too!
Oh
Not
boy.
quite perfect enough. Seems like the wheels are really starting to fall off the butts for the Radiant Straits here. Not only have they lost a rack, they're starting to really lose that net worth advantage. It's gone over
They're getting
to
extra lefts targeted at them.
yep. It's gone over to Panic now, and Panic definitely has the better late game, I would say. Spectre
Yeah.
alone probably outskills every single other person in this game, almost combined.
Even the new Spectre, yeah.
Yeah. Line just casually dead again. and cannot poke his face out in public.
Yeah, it is rather sad.
Dragon Knight just very casually gonna eat it again. Spectre comes in to try and nab the supports in the back line.
Oh god.
Successfully nabbing the supports in the back line, eating Wyvern very effortlessly. I'm gonna have the T2 here while everyone's chasing around Darkseer. Yeah, this is looking as the kids in the business say, this is looking very over.
Yeah. It sure is. It's a little dusted here.
Dire are scanning. We are now aware that there are people here.
Poor Lambert.
And now he just gets to die very swiftly. Poor
Yeah,
Lambert,
going
poor
godlike.
feed. Yep.
Oh boy, wheels fell off the bus there.
Yep. I mean, this one I feel like you can really almost just chalk down to the odd man out. I mean, not to blame the guy specifically, because, you know, it's not like... He did make some mistakes. I feel like he was definitely wandering around way too much solo for, you know, the Ag Spectre game, right? I mean, look at those deaths. Mamma mia. 13
Right.
times he fell down, 41 minutes. The thing is, right? I feel like this is just... He's not in sync with everyone else. And that Spectre Ags, it goes great. It goes really, really, really great against uncoordinated teams. Today, it was certainly the choice to make.
Yeah.
Against more coordinated teams, a little less. But against a team where you're going to have a guy who's kind of almost a fish out of water here, I mean, at least their 2 was with them last week, right? Against a guy who's kind of a fish out of water here, you know, he's not with the team vibe. He's not like in step with Radiant. You know, it is great for just constantly bringing the guillotine down on his neck. And that really, that's really what it just boiled down to. When Spectre got the Ags, it turned into a 4v5, just like that,
Yeah.
more or less. That's just not a tenable, winnable situation, especially when you're the early game team, and you're the one losing the guy. It's a simple story, so... Oh, and another thing. There's another thing that happened this game. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You already know. But boy, it sure had all the warts here. It's like every single thing I don't like about whatever I'm talking about was just
Yeah.
flagrantly as in your face as possible. Just did no damage. Was not able to build anything to do anything but sustain himself, basically. And what that meant is that half the game he was just kind of, you know, tailing people, kind of biting them in the knee, but doing no worse than annoying them for the most part. Didn't die a terrible lot for how this game was going for him, for how this pick ended up turning out for him. I didn't move my mouse over anybody's portrait. Being a stand-in also certainly could not have made this easier. Certainly could not have made that fact easier. I feel like if you are going to do whatever I'm talking about, you need a very high degree of coordination with your team, both on what you're doing, where you're going, what you're building,
Yep.
and obviously if you're a stand-in, you're not going to have that. And if you're on a team with 2 stand-ins, that's going to be kind of a naive ideal anyway, so... Feel like maybe what you could ultimately boil this down to is Radiant Straits within a lineup that needs a lot of coordination and teamwork on a lineup with 2 stand-ins, and Panic at the Rosh Pit picked a lineup that's great at trashing people with no coordination when they could not have possibly on their best day had coordination. Again, it's not their fault for having 2 stand-ins. I mean, I guess if it's anyone's fault, it's Princess and Lad of Lad, so blame them. You know what? Yeah, there we go. Official ruling. It's your fault, Princess. How could you? And you too, lads. How could you? Part 2.